Hey sci-fi fans, Aaron Sagers here, and I am joined today with the actor that you know from the Caliente dance film Cuban Fury, from the Cornetto trilogy of films, and currently from AMC's Into the Badlands. Nick Frost, thanks so much for joining me today. So,
You've got a nice sci-fi name.
Aaron Sagers?
Yeah,
Really?
it's a little bit like Carl Sagan.
I like that.
So,
okay.
yeah, it's good.
Can I put that on a resume?
Yeah, you can have it.
Okay.
A little bit like Carl Sagan.
Yeah.
Nick Frost.
Business card worthy.
Yeah.
Well, talk to me about, Bajie is a good sci-fi name as well. This guy, we were introduced to him this season, but is he the kind of guy with a plan? Does Bajie operate with a plan?
Yeah, I think he does. You know, we talked a lot, me and Daniel and Miles and Al, the producers and the showrunners, about Bajie and what his deal is. You know, I think as soon as he sees the tattoos on Sonny's back, he realizes that he can use him to get out, you know. But I don't know, I think there's something nice about the character that you still, and Sonny does it too, you kind of forgive him. You know, I think he's that kind of character where he's a massive shit, but you kind of let it slide, you know what I mean? Even though you know you shouldn't. And I think as it goes on, that helps Sonny and Bajie as a pairing, you know.
It's because he's a teddy bear in the streets.
Yeah, and a warrior in the sheets. I think we tried that both ways, because it does work both ways.
A warrior in the streets, a teddy bear in the sheets.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I could see it
You
playing
know what I
both
mean? I
ways.
think being a warrior in the sheets always worried me in terms of, it just feels a bit sexually heavy, you know what I mean? But teddy bear in the sheets is kind of nice, I think.
But yeah, that teddy bear component on the streets does kind of make him a little disarming. And yet, you don't entirely trust him all the time.
No, and nor should you.
Yeah.
I think that's, you know, that's a nice, in terms of me being Bajie and taking the job and stuff. I think he would have been less, not something I wanted to do if he had just been so two-dimensional in terms of, well, he's a heel, and you can't trust him, and he's a backstabber. You know, I love the fact that he's all of it. You know, I think that's really attractive as an actor to be able to play a character he is devious and he's in it for himself, but then as time goes on, you can see that he has to do the right thing, even though he doesn't really want to, or that's not his go-to place, you know.
Well, in episode 5, he's been increasingly sort of stepping up and stepping into the action. He takes out Nos in episode 5, and he takes out some of the Abbotts with the car in 6,
Yeah.
and you know, is he all in with this mission now? And has he sort of been won over by the honor that is Sonny, or should we still kind of be a little bit wary of his goals?
No, I don't know. I think the Bajie we're starting to see is the real, you know. I think at the beginning of 7 and stuff, he's still not sure, you know. It takes a kind of a frank conversation from MK to make him change his mind, but he still does it. You know, he's like, all right, fine, you know. His heart's not in it, but he does it anyway. And I think from 8, 9, and 10, you see that his secret's out now, and he's all in.
In episode 7, which is coming up, there's more of a fight sequence with you and MK.
Yeah.
How is Bajie when he starts interacting more with this core cast of characters? Because so far we've only seen him really with Sonny.
Yeah.
When he starts interacting with these other guys, does he play well with others? And is there a dynamic that we could kind of look forward to?
Yeah, well, that was an odd thing of doing it too, because we shoot it in sequence, so the first 2 months, I didn't see any cast other than in the makeup chair. You know, we didn't do any scenes together. It was just me and Daniel, which I think I was very blessed in terms of you're with the boss essentially, and you're with him for 2 months, and it gave me a lot more confidence on set to be able to say, hey, why don't we try it this way, or can I say this, or, you know, he was very keen that I do as much of that as I wanted to, you know. But I think Bajie and MK is a funny one, because I think MK wants Bajie to like him, and Bajie doesn't care because he's a kid and Bajie's old. So you have that dynamic going on, which is kind of funny. And me and Aramis, as people, had a real laugh working that out between us. I don't know if they've kept it in or not, but there's a few times when Aramis would pat me on the shoulder, and every time Aramis touches me, I always tell him not to. I said, don't do that. And it's a funny dynamic that you get. Bajie doesn't like being touched, you know. And that was a fun thing that me and Aramis worked out. And I hope they keep that element of it in. But I think he likes him, you know. I think I don't know, he sees a lot of himself in Aramis and knows what he's going through in terms of the master's treachery, you know.